sound. Let's compare it to the other two. The second one. Here's the third. And now back to this first one. All three of these evaporators are teed together. They share one condenser. Oh, it's a great day to have some shin splints. And get back outside, and it's hot. Yeah, that's what I expected. So who knows what we're looking at there? It looks like that used to be mounted there. All right, make sure there's no wasps under there. Nothing worse than reaching under there and grabbing a handful of wasps. Let's get some leak detectors up here and see what we see. Remember the webbing loop we talked about? Prime example of a good opportunity to use it. Just throw it on your shoulder like a purse. It's designer. Gonna start with the whisper. Don't forget to check the pressure switches too. Oh, well, shit. Well, I don't hear the leak there. Let's see if we can get this down in there a little closer to see what's going on right there. Alright, so strangely I cannot hear that one. Let's see if that's where it's at. Do some warm up. I am really surprised. I'm extremely surprised that it is not leaking there. Alright, well, but now I want to go back and see why I didn't hear it with this one. Nope, cannot hear that one with the sonic. That's why we use both. I keep forgetting to put my new Vivor rope in the van. But another good thing about having a clevis on the end of this, when you throw that on the roof, the weight of that clevis keeps the rope on the roof. Do a bow line here, quick up, down, in or out, around, pull it tight. I've got a little rope here, but given the two, I want to pull this one. See, there's a rope. So that little bit of weight helps keep it from sliding back off. When you untie a bow line, it's just called breaking the neck. You just simply slide that back. Easy peasy. Yep, there's some oil in there. Let's see if we stick this in there, if we can knock some of the oil out. Yep. And there we go. We splash some oil up on the ledge there, and we can see the leak. I bet we can hear it now. Let's see if I can lean that up there and let you all hear. So that's what that one sounds like. But the problem is when you have something blocking it, nothing. That is the limitation of the whisper, is you got to be able to get direct access to the leak. It can't be under the insulation or behind a cap or behind a panel unless it's really big. So I'm wondering if we can seal this. Alright, so she's still leaking all the way down. Somebody told me if you have the 5/16 3/8, pop that off. Hot damn, it does work. Hot damn. burn some air. I guess we could just kick it on, let it. Let that air blow some of that refrigerant away from there. Let's step over here to fresh air and turn this back on. She's still got a slight leak. Yeah, she's still got a slight leak, but we're not in the thousands like we were. So for now, I keep some of this in my bag. I like to kind of mix it up, stir it up before I open it, so I don't just get that oil out of the first little bit. So I'm going to stick a little bit around the threads here. Put a little bit in there and then take this, turn it around and around. Doesn't take a whole lot. Turn on for a moment. We've slowed it down a lot. We've not stopped it. Use that tip responsibly. Don't back that out and just hammer down on her. You will blow that out and lose all refrigerant. Be very cautious if you want to use that to drive in a service valve. We are about to storm here, so we're going to go ahead and put this back together. We're going to top it off so she'll work today. I would have put money on that. Would have been where the leak would have been. Couldn't get any closer to penetrating that without actually penetrating it, I believe. Let's see what our Samsung. So it is leaking there. She's bubbling her own oil. Why didn't you find it? Disappointed in both of you. Oh, yeah, I can hear it now. But only head on. Tiny, tiny leak. All right, well, shit. All right, let's see what you say about this one. Why wouldn't you do your job a minute ago? Well, that's infuriating. We got some rain coming and I can hear some thunder. It usually makes life easier if you put these two screws on top that go through the top of the receiver first, then you can put the rest in. So we're going to charge it up some. We just hook the tank up. Now, just hooking these lines up, we're going to have air in these lines, so we need to do a sweep. And you want to sweep using the low pressure of the suction, minimum loss. So we pressurize this line. This line is pressurized to here. We've opened it into the manifold. Now we're going to let it pressurize the yellow line. We're going to come over here and just let it a little bit out. Make sure all of our air is out of the line. We'll lock it back down. Then we can open our refrigerant. Now this is 410A. You see this arrow right here pointing this way. This end up for liquid. That way is the arrow. So that way up. 404A. Pretty sure anything that has a letter behind it's going to be a blend. I don't know that to be fact, but that's what it seems like. Always use scales so you know how much refrigerant you added. Zeroed out, it starts from a 0 point, so any change to this jug now will know that's how much refrigerant we took out of the jug. And I know I could weigh the jug in the van and leave the scale in the van, but I've had a few units that just drank a whole jug before I caught it because it's had a restriction. So now I like to just add a pound or two, and I like to do it in increments, and I keep checking to make sure I'm getting a response on my gauges. So now we are adding liquid, so we don't want to just open her wide up because then we'll flood this compressor. Recips don't like liquid. A scroll can better handle liquid, but we still try to avoid liquid. So we'll just throttle it in there. After finding where that screw is hitting is actually leaking, it's too big of a leak. We're going to go to the parts house and see what we can get to make it right. Hopefully the rain will come and go as we're going to the supply house. So I should be back here in about an hour or so. If that makes the video run long, we'll have to do a two-parter. If so, I'm sorry guys. It is what it is.